just wanted to flow with you just for a second as I sit here in my time with God. And I just keep seeing a rug and all the things that gets pushed underneath it. And there's the old adage, how are you? I'm fine. In the South, we always ask, how are you? How's your mom and them? How are they? And it don't matter if they are on the brink of death. We say, we're good, we're good. But God's not a God of just good and just fine. And I think a lot of times we push it aside and we decide that we are fine, that it's okay. But at the end of the day, God wants you to really have a life that is fine, a life that is good. Because at the end of it all, you know and I know all too well that even though it's all under the rug, you still see it all on the inside of your mind every single time something pops up. Every time you feel a little down, whatever it is that happened to you before this day, whatever it is, it pops up and it affects everything around you, the way you see the world, the way you see problems. And sometimes it can be the smallest problem, even though it's still an issue and even though it still needs to be addressed, the way that we respond to something. Especially coming from a pastoral counseling background, like the way we respond to something may not always be in line with the problem. So say that you come home and you ask your husband to take out the trash, but he hasn't taken out the trash. And maybe that sets off something for you. Well, yes, if they said they would and they didn't, it doesn't feel good. But it's always so much deeper than that if your response is to cry, to be angry, to make a big deal out of it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the trash. At the end of the day, it's not about whatever it's about. And even though there may be really, really real problems going on, a lot of times we draw back this space to the rug where we swept under. Our family don't talk about that. We don't talk about what your uncle did, or we don't talk about what your daddy did. We don't talk about that. We pick up and we move on, and that's not true. And in this season, the Lord wants to work on your heart and work on the way that you respond to things. Because you could get everything you ever wanted and you could ruin it. And the Lord loves you too much to allow you to ruin something. And if the Lord has you in a spiritual heart surgery, sounds scary, right? Like we don't want to deal with those things, but until we deal with the I'm fine, we never truly get to I'm fine. And I was told to read you the definition of fine out of Webster's dictionary. The real meaning of fine is well or healthy, not sick or injured, superior in kind, quality, or appearance, excellent. So most of the time when we say we're fine, then that would mean we are lying. And I know that this is just a nicety. But in this season, the Lord is going to dig up so many things so that when you come out the other side, you actually are not sick or injured. You actually do feel superior in kind, quality, or appearance. And it really will be excellent. As the Lord heals you, allow Him to. And rest in His love and care. And know that there's a season for everything. And if this is the season that you heal, wouldn't it be much better to take that time out than to spend the rest of your 100-something years on this planet being triggered by everything to the point that you can't even hardly get through the day? I think so. Hope you guys have a good day.